Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hello.
So, REY versus Palpatine, but better. That's the name of this video from Yusi-D-Jordan. After the Rise of Skywalker came out, there was a lot of, it was very divisive, let's just put it that way. And I was on the side of, I don't need to watch that again. And I tried, but then I realized, nah. So.
You tried, really?
It's on Disney Plus now.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And you were like, yeah, I don't know, I can't.
Yeah. As soon as I turned it on, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just don't need to.
Bye-bye.
But I mean, that's also a byproduct of the fact that you're streaming it as opposed to popping in a disc where it's a more active effort. I feel like there is a difference there in the way you appreciate content. That's a whole other topic. But nevertheless, the ending fight sequence, there's a lot of issues with it. And so I'm very curious to see what they do here. It's got a lot of upvotes, 2.8 million views, 100,000 up, 5,000 down. And so if you like the video we're about to watch, please make sure, go to the original video, give it an upvote, and consider subscribing to Yusi-D-Jordan.
REY, the Force will be with you, always.
Oh, yes!
Let your death be the final word in the story of rebellion.
Back on! This is our last chance. We gotta hit those cannons now!
You are nothing. A scavenger girl is no match for the power in me. I am all the Sith.
And I! I'm all the Jedi.
Shows you how quick that scene goes. I mean, it's less than 2 minutes.
Wow, but like I was getting goosebumps all throughout.
What is this, an extended edition? What is that? She's got an extended edition of this? For what? What's the difference?
Let your death be the final word in the story of rebellion.
My systems are failing! Does anyone copy?
Be with me. Be with me. Be with me.
These are your final steps, REY. Rise and take them.
REY.
Bring back the balance, REY.
Jedi who ever lived lives in you.
The Force surrounds you, Rey.
Did guide you.
Feel the Force flowing through you, Rey. Let it lift you.
Rise, Rey.
We stand behind you, Rey.
Rey?
Rise in the Force. In the heart of a Jedi lies her strength. Rise, rise. Rey, the Force will be with you. Always.
Obviously, Yusi-D-Jordan is working with, you know, he's limited in what he can work with. His tools are limited compared to the tools of Disney, let's say, and, you know, Lucasfilm and all that stuff. Just showing what little he did that he, you know, with the tools that he has. I'm sure there are other people with, you know, who are indie and could possibly show us other things that could be done with this scene to make it more enhanced, to really illustrate how it should have looked. There was the Corridor crew video where they did the lightsaber fight scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, like they enhanced it. No, it wasn't them. I forget who did that. Let me see. It wasn't Corridor. It was made by my friends. Fix It in Post. Seeing what they were able to do there, you can imagine what could be done with that ending sequence between Palpatine and Rey. It is quite frustrating because I read things that apparently J.J. Abrams did want that. He wanted to show all of the Jedis from the past.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment. I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
But what he did in the extended edition that I didn't quite catch if he did it in the normal edition, Yusi-D-Jordan specifically. What I don't know if he did in the normal version, his first version that we watched, is showing all the Sith. I think that there is a cool way that you could have done that to really enhance that scene and bring it full circle, because it's supposed to be, you know, the period to the sentence. It's supposed to be the finale to this epic saga.
Yeah.
You may as well bring it all back in here for this final moment for crushing the Sith. I mean, it's supposed to be the ultimate, you know, finale. So might as well have that there rather than just these two. And it feels like it just went by so quick. This moment that we've been waiting for how many decades? Like, this moment that we've been waiting for so long, it just goes by in less than 2 minutes. It feels like there's a way they could have, I don't know, and made it better. Yeah, I would have liked it, just like anybody else. I think that they should have shown all the voices. And, you know, there are obviously Jedis that we've never even seen in the films that they could have also added in there just to make it even more fun. Like, just as an example, you know, you look at Last Airbender and you look at all the avatars, right? There's a number of avatars in there that I think whose stories we never even explored. It's just because they're filling in all the eons, the millennia of avatars that have come before, right? I think theoretically you could have had the same thing here where you just show a bunch of Jedis, like almost just a huge
like they just keep
stadium of Jedis.
Back and back and back.
Yeah,
and back.
to really show you the amount of energy that is being infused into Rey in this moment. Because it's like, oh, one lightsaber won't do the trick, but two will. You know, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. There's a lot of issues with that ending fight, and people have pointed it out and articulated it much better than I'm doing right now. Even being, you know, a casual Star Wars fan, I can see how it could have been so much better. The prequels got shit on a lot, and now there are apologists for the prequels. Even if you take Episode 3, where Yoda just, you know, bitches out and dashes away in the fight, even looking at Episode 3 between Palpatine and Yoda, that fight went on and it was kind of epic. There was a lot going on in that fight sequence. And so when you compare that to this, it's like, well, I know that was long and drawn out, but at least they did something with it. Whereas this is just like, done.
Yeah.
Happy? He's dead again.
Yay!
You know, was it his clone? Was it him? I don't know.
I think they did a really good job with, you know, adding the additional things that as fans we appreciate and that we wanted. I thought it was a nice video.
It just felt a little bit hollow because they only show like a few Jedis. I wanted it to be like massive, you know. Obviously he's working with what he can.
Yeah.
And adding what he can. He can only draw upon existing, well, what is accepted as existing canon. And so, yeah, I get it. I get the limitations. Because it looked like he just threw in pictures. I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? As opposed to videos and stuff like that.
I don't know the level of work that is required to do something like this. I imagine it's not super easy.
That's a piece of cake.
I
Just throw it in
don't
an
know.
Instagram filter.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just did a bunch of Instagram filters and like just threw it in there.
Don't you just open up in the photos on iPhone and just edit and then increase contrast and then it's done and then you just put it up, upload, done.
Finished. I know.
Jedi's added.
This was clearly something that didn't require a lot of work and anyone could do. So like, well done. No, I'm joking, obviously. I mean, I think it probably took a lot of time to do that. So thank you, appreciate it.
There's a weird comment here. It says all the Jedi died 54 years earlier. All the Sith died 4,000 years earlier. I don't know what that means. Could have had some ancient Jedi ghosts like Satil Shan and Ravan would have been a good touch. See, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, the dude is working with what he can. That's all I'm trying to say. I like the idea, and I hope that there is a JJ cut in 10 years' time. You know? Because we're not gonna get it anytime soon. It's so strange what we do get and what we don't get.
We're getting a Snyder cut.
And like how long it takes for these other editions to come out. Like we got 17 editions of Blade Runner over the course of 30 years. I don't know why it's taking so long to get certain editions of Star Wars. George Lucas begrudgingly released the original versions of Star Wars. It was like the weirdest, most spoiled version of putting that out there. It's like, what? Why even do it at all? It's like, you know, they're like letterboxed 480p as opposed to, you know, the best resolution possible. I don't actually know the technical aspects of it because it was so long ago, but I just remember, you know, people being frustrated because they've been clamoring for just like the regular Star Wars editions, the original cuts, untouched, unfettered, and you just can't get that like upgraded. Why not? It doesn't make any sense. So